Iket had lived in despair for 15 long years, praying and hoping for the blessing of motherhood. The whispers of neighbors and the pitying looks from friends and relatives became a daily torment. But Iket never gave up. She sought solace in her faith, visiting doctors, traditional healers, and prayer houses. Then, against all odds, her miracle came: a son, whom she named Utub, meaning praise God in her native tongue. Iket's love for Utub was all-consuming. She became fiercely protective, vowing never to let anything or anyone harm him. From the moment he was born, she set strict boundaries. To her maids, she said, "If you dare scold my son, you're fired." To her neighbors, she warned, "Utub is my blessing. Treat him like royalty or stay away." To her husband, she declared, "Raise your voice or hand at Utub, and I will leave you." Her obsession extended even to Utub's school. She confronted his teachers: "No punishments, no harsh words. If my son misbehaves, call me. I will handle it." Utub grew up in an environment where his every whim was indulged. He was never held accountable for his actions. Yet, he was undeniably gifted, intelligent, charming, and ambitious. He excelled in school, winning scholarships and accolades, making Iket beam with pride. She often said, "My son is proof that God's blessings are perfect." But beneath his brilliance lay seeds of entitlement and disregard for authority. By the time Utub reached adulthood, his unchecked behavior began to manifest in darker ways. It started small, lying to cover his tracks, manipulating his peers to get what he wanted. Iket turned a blind eye, dismissing the warnings of teachers and friends as jealousy of her son's success. "Utub is destined for greatness," she'd say. "People will always try to bring him down." Then the news came, shattering Iket's perfect world. Utub had been arrested for fraud and theft. His charm and intellect had led him into a criminal syndicate, where he orchestrated scams and exploited others for financial gain. Iket refused to believe it. She blamed the police, society, even her husband for not supporting her son enough. But as the evidence mounted, reality could no longer be ignored. Utub stood before a judge, convicted of his crimes. His brilliance, once a source of pride, had become a weapon of destruction. Iket was left broken, questioning the choices she'd made. Had her love been too much? Had her refusal to discipline Utub sown the seeds of his downfall? She wept bitterly, realizing too late that her protection had become his prison, shielding him from the lessons of responsibility and accountability. As she visited Utub in prison, she whispered, "I only wanted the best for you, my son. Forgive me." But the damage was done, and both mother and son were left to grapple with the consequences of a love that had blinded her to the truth.